Okay, so if you've been keeping up with my videos regarding the build up to season 2, you would be aware, like I am, of one particular question that has been rattling around in my noggin since the trailers dropped. What exactly does Doom want from Krakoa? It took a second to get my head around it, and honestly, I think I got the answer from a place I definitely wasn't expecting. So let's talk about it. Hi, I'm the Riddler, wrong universe, I know, and this is Marvel Rivals Season 1, The Doom Krakoa Theory. And yes, the title of this video does not mislead you, my dear viewers. This is going to be a theory video. And as such, much like with my Chronovium Compendium, I have to preface this with a little handful of disclaimers. With this being a theory video, the things that I'm saying here are speculation. Granted, it's speculation that I feel strongly is right based on the evidence within the game, but it is technically speculation nonetheless. Alright, with that out of the way, I feel it's best to start this with the ending events of Season 1 before we get to anything else. So, no matter how your ranked games have been going on this map, it is canonical that Herbie of the Fantastic Four manages to collect almost all of the pages of the vampiric verses that were scattered from the Darkhold and bring them to Avengers Tower. Instead of the enemy heroes, in universe, Dracula's legion of vampiric New Yorkers, which is a horrifying thought, they're already rude enough, they are what stand in the way of the heroes that are trying to return the pages of the Darkhold. While this is happening, Dracula manages to capture not only the Asgardian squirrel god Ratatoskr, but also the Daywalker Blade, both of whom he brings back to his lair. Eventually, the heroes resolve not to use the Montese formula within the vampiric verses to deal with Dracula, and I think the reason is they actually have a better solution: Ratatoskr. For those who don't know, Ratatoskr has a horn that was carved from the wood of the Tree of Life Yggdrasil. To pierce someone with Ratatasker's horn is guaranteed death for that person, no matter what type of spells or enchantments, or in this case, curses, would normally keep them alive. In fact, it is potent enough that a well placed poke could guarantee the death of Dracula. So the heroes of New York, including but not limited to Spider Man, Moon Knight, Cloak and Dagger, and the Fantastic Four, as well, of course, as Squirrel Girl, raid Dracula's castle and free Ratatasker before escorting her squirreliness straight to Dracula for some good old fashioned revenge. Now, if you're into comic books, I bet this situation feels pretty familiar. The all powerful villain is inexplicably stopped by the perfect weapon to foil their plans. But honestly, this one is kind of on Dracula. At least, partially. See, the only reason Ratatasker was even in Central Park to be captured by Dracula is because Dracula summoned her there with a little bit of assistance. Now, while I wouldn't have done this, Dracula is well aware that Ratatasker was just about the only thing that could have stopped him at this point. He had the spell of Eternal Night cast over New York City and also had access to this brand new mystery material that he had never used before, but seemed to be working like gangbusters in pure blood Chronovium. Even still, bringing your own biggest weakness within striking distance of you is a classic comic book villain mess up. But I don't think it was entirely Dracula's fault. That little assistance I just mentioned when he summoned Ratatasker was none other than Victor Von Doom. This puts a wrinkle in things the size of Barovia. As he always does, Doom was playing both sides. He is the one who encouraged Dracula to enact this whole scheme in the first place. He provided Dracula with the Chronovium that he used to pause the moon. He suggested that Dracula upgrade said Chronovium to pure blood Chronovium in order to empower him even further. And then, once he did all of that, he also helped Dracula summon Ratatasker to Earth. In fact, Doom is the first one to bring up the vampiric verses in the Darkhold in the first place. Dracula didn't really see the need of it. He already had New York and could spread his vampirism the good old fashioned way with all of the enthralled vampires that he brought with him to the Empire State. Doctor Doom set the entirety of Dracula's plan into motion, and his end goal was never the Darkhold. See, the Darkhold is immeasurably powerful. In fact, it's a little too powerful. As soon as the Darkhold is brought into the equation, look at what happens in Marvel Rivals. It's all anyone in the universe is focused on. Anyone except for Doom. From the very beginning, Doom has had his eyes set on the elemental accident that he caused, Crenovium, the cherry on top of the deal that brought Doom to Dracula's doorstep. He wanted the Darkhold pages, and in exchange, he would give Dracula New York, and as an extra little treat to the Vampire King, Doom would even be so kind as to teach him all about this new element, Crenovium. He even showed him how to supercharge it with Dracula's all-powerful, time-defying blood. But Doom never cared about the Darkhold. He knew as soon as the Darkhold came into play, it would draw the attention of not only Dracula, but also the heroes trying to stop it. And he was completely right. The heroes get split down the middle on what to do. They spend an undetermined amount of time arguing over whether they should use the Montesi formulas and what other dark magics could Dracula be trying to use with the Darkhold and this, that, and the third. Doctor Strange and Khonshu get into a fifth dimensional chess fight over the Darkhold. Both Dracula and the heroes are scrambling to put the book back together. Meanwhile, Doom just sits and waits to play both sides. I mentioned this at the beginning of season 1. I was curious how Doom fit into all of this. In season 0, obviously he kicks off the inciting incident and makes the world of Marvel Rivals as we know it, but then he kind of just chills. He shows up at the very beginning of season 1, and then we never hear from him again all the way through the season, and I thought that was suspicious. Come to find out that the heroes and Dracula going after each other to collect the vampiric verses, that's what Dracula really wants. As they go at each other, the heroes eventually come out on top, only thanks to Dracula not knowing Doom was playing both sides. Doom, through his spies, helps the heroes collect the vampiric verses, which is the part of the Darkhold that Dracula really wants. So while, due to sheer numbers of his legion, he has a lot of the Darkhold, Dracula doesn't have the part that he wants the most. So the heroes and the heroes and Dracula go at each other, with the heroes eventually coming out on top. But in the midst of the fallout, Doom sneaks in and makes out like a bandit with the pure blood Crenovium, which is all he cared about in the first place. An absolute masterstroke from Victor Von. It's in fact such a well-laid plan that even Dr. Doom is impressed by it. 2099 Doom, that is. See, we learn everything that I just brought up from Dr. Doom in 2099. He reveals it to us in an excerpt from the Book of Doom, one that is released at the very end of season 1. I believe it is even canonically the very last gallery card that we get in season 1. As I mentioned, even Doom 2099 has to give Doom 2024 his flowers. His plan was pulled off flawlessly. But Doom reveals that he is not the only Doom with a master plan that is going quite smoothly, and he ominously ends the gallery card by saying that he has a gala to attend. Obviously, with the announcement of season 2 and the things that we have seen, it's pretty clear what gala he's talking about. And that, my dear viewers, is where the theory crafting begins. Huh? Do I mean to say that I've been talking for the past 9 minutes and 40 seconds and I haven't even gotten to the theory part yet? Well, yeah. All of what I just said is 100% confirmed by the game. There's no conjecture On my part, these are all things from the gallery cards. The theory part comes with the trailers and Doom's little jab about master plans at the end. If you haven't seen my video analysis and breakdown of the trailer, first off, go watch it. What the hell? Secondly, I asked the question of why is Doom talking to slash with Loki, and what does he even want from Krakoa? And I think I've found the answer to both of those questions. Doom 2099 is talking to Loki, probably to put in motion some grandiose scheme that will unfold over the course of season 2. But as for what he's on Krakoa for, I think the answer lies in the name of the season 2 battle pass. The season 2 battle pass is called Flowers of Krakoa. And for those of you who know your comic history, that should immediately sound some warning bells. And for those of you who don't know, in Krakoa, mutants found a way to cheat death. A bit of a history lesson here. Krakoa spent most of its beginnings as a totally sovereign nation. It was for mutants only, no exceptions. But in an effort to connect with the world, primarily to extend the offer of Krakoa to the world's mutant population, Beast was tasked with engineering medicine from mind petals, a type of Krakoan flower. He formed the basis of Krakoan medicine, which functioned like gangbusters on mutant kind, but on humans it had an even more potent effect, as their DNA was simpler. Three miracle drugs were created by Krakoa. Human drug L, which could extend the life of a human by 5 years. Human drug I, which functions as a universal antibiotic. And human drug M, which could cure any disease of the mind, including dementia, Alzheimer's, etc., etc. These wonder medicines were available for sale to any nation in the world, so long as they recognized Krakoa's nationhood and allowed their mutants free passage to Krakoa should they wish to come. And those were all side effects. Beast's initial research, which remember was intended to treat mutants themselves. Needless to say, Krakoan flowers are incredibly potent in capable hands. And I think that it's exactly what Doom wants off of Krakoa. This also clears up something else from the trailer. When the trailer came out, we weren't only shown mutants and Krakoa, the party was also crashed by Ultron. And when I saw that he and his bots entered via a Krakoan gate, I was very confused on how he possibly could have done that. The only times we have seen a Krakoan gate be tampered with was through powerful sorcery, which is not exactly Ultron's bag. He's very much a robot guy. He has technology to the nth degree, and anything technological is certainly within his grasp, but magic is not something that he's a master of. Unlike the Scarlet Witch, who we see in Wolverine's story alter the Krakoan gates to allow herself to go through them when Magic and Wolverine return to Krakoa, which leads to her reuniting with Magneto in Magneto's story. And I bet some of you are probably piecing together what I pieced together. And dude, I mean, I had a Jimmy Neutron brain blast when I saw this. Doom 2099 is doing the exact same thing that Doom 2024 did. He shows up on Krakoa because the Hellfire Gala invites non-mutants, and Doom has always shown great respect to the sovereign nation as he is the leader of his own. It's totally within the realm of possibility that Magneto, or more likely Emma Frost, would extend an invite to Doom for that reason. While on Krakoa, he manipulates the Krakoan gate to allow Ultron through. An Ultron that he is almost certainly supplied with that Chronovium core that I pointed out when we saw the trailer preview, which is also probably why he was talking to Loki. It would require quite a strong bit of magic, which he would be able to lean on Loki for help with. And then in the ensuing chaos, he nips a Krakoan flower, one that is almost certainly laced with crinovium, given how Storm's story went. And then he slips away to do whatever it is the Dooms are planning to do with these items that they are collecting. I really think that this theory is fucking airtight, brother. I think that I am hitting the nail on its head. It makes total sense. Doom is spends the whole time in that gallery card talking about, wow, Doom 2024. That was a really, really good idea. I think I'll take it. And he basically just replicates the exact same thing. I also wondered, I was like, of all the people that Doom talked to, it's weird that he didn't go talk to Loki because Loki is like, he's like the king schemer, right? And he's so magically powerful and has access to so many things and can get access to so many things. It was strange to me that he wouldn't even like ask Loki if he could help him with some of this stuff. But Doom 2099, I bet you he has. Now, what does Doom owe Loki for helping him manipulate the Krakoan gates? Who knows? Loki is very interested in Crinovium. So interested that he's even, basically strip mining the life tree just to get more of its Crinovium sap. So, if that's the case, maybe Doom is offering him a steady stream of Crinovium and his research notes on how Crinovium work. It could be that simple, or perhaps it could be something that's more related to season 3 and how season 3 will work. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? It remains to be seen. But yeah, like I said, man, I think I am on track. I think this is exactly what's going to happen in season 2, and the implications of Doom getting access to those things and the implication of Doom working with Ultron to some degree. I'm very interested to see where this is all going. But I think I have rambled for long enough. It's almost been 20 minutes straight of me just fucking yammering. So we'll wrap it up right there. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, like the video. Leave me a comment down below to tell me your theories. Like, do you think I'm on point? Do you think I'm off base? How are you feeling about this? And are you excited for season 2? It comes out in 5 days at the day of recording this. And I personally cannot wait. This game is awesome. Thank you all so much for watching. And until the next time I see you, drink some water, wash your hands, tell someone you love that you love them, and be good people.